Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be my February TBR. Last month I tried out for the first time ever using the TBR jar method to select what I wanted to read for the month, and I had so much fun doing it this way, so I definitely wanted to do it again to select my February TBR. I do think I was a bit over ambitious in January though. I pulled 10 prompts from the jar and got 10 books. I read and completed 3 of those books. I'm in the middle of 2 more, which I'm just going to finish off in February. So you could kind of say that I got through 50% of that TBR, but I want to try and do a bit better this month. So I've decided to lower the number of prompts I'm going to pull today to 8 prompts for 8 books. The focus of this TBR definitely is to make a dent in my physical TBR, but I like to keep in mind that I've been enjoying reading on my Kindle a lot lately, so there's definitely books on Kindle Unlimited I want to read. I also like to set aside books for certain videos I have planned, so this is mostly focused on these books on this TBR cart. So I'm going to pull 8 prompts today. I did some shopping in January, so there's some new additions to the cart, which I know kind of defeats the purpose of trying to make a dent in this cart, but just so many books I'm so excited to read, and I'm so excited to see what prompts I get and what books I end up selecting. So let's just jump right in. Prompt number 1 is a book that matches the current season. Okay, so something wintry. I do have all my winter books pretty much up top, I think. And I think I'm gonna pick this one that is right next to me. I just bought this a few weeks ago because I was wanting to read it in the winter, and this is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I've heard this is basically like the winter version of It Happened One Summer, so that really intrigues me. I love a good romance, and I feel like most romances are set in the summer, so I'm excited to read one that is in a wintry setting. Prompt number 2. A new to me author. Most of the books up top are new to me authors, unless it's like a series that I've started, but I think I do know what I want to go with. Addicted to You by Kristen Becker-Ritchie. I have been wanting to start this series for so long, and in my mind I've always wanted to start it in February. I think because the cover is giving me like Valentine's Day vibes, and I know there's different couples and their romances that we follow in this series. I am intimidated by this series just because there are so many books in it, but I hear the best things about this series, and it gets compared to Boys of Tommen, so definitely want to give it a try in February, and excited to check out Kristen Becker-Ritchie because I have never read anything from them before. I don't know if this is like their only series, but they're a new to me author, so excited to try this one out. Prompt number 3. A book from a previous TBR that you didn't read. Ooh, calling me out here. The 7-Year Slip was on my TBR last month and I didn't get to it, so this is definitely a good option, and it's a romance, so perfect for love season. But also Beartown was one that I really wanted to get to in the winter time, and I feel like mid-March is going to be when I don't want to read wintry books anymore. I'm going to be thinking about spring and summer. I am going to go with Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I also could have done this one for a book that matches the current season, but this was one that I was really wanting to get to in January, and I was sad that I didn't, but I feel like I still have time to read it because it's wintry, it's still hockey season, which is what this book is about, so definitely going to prioritize this one in February. Already halfway through. A book more than 500 pages. Let's see. Legendary by Stephanie Garber. It's like 440 pages. Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. This one is over 500. Oh my gosh. Okay, 100% doing this one. I read Daisy Hates in January, and it was my first 5-star read of the year, so I am just so excited to continue on with this series. I'm so happy that I was able to pick this one and that it fit one of the prompts. Prompt number 5. We're over halfway through now. A book you thrifted. Okay. Does Book Outlet count as thrifting? Because I did make a few purchases from there this month. Sorrow and Bliss I thrifted. Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid I thrifted. My Lovely Wife. Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. I know there's going to be more on here that I thrifted. A Man Called Uva I thrifted, but I don't know if I want to read 2 Frederick Bachmans in the same month. Eleanor Oliphant I thrifted. That could be an option. I decided to go with Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I thrifted this one quite a while ago, and I don't know, I've just never had an excuse to pick it up. I've like always put it on the back burner for when I'm in the mood for it or when I feel like it. But this could be a good one. I feel like it could kind of mix things up because it's more literary fiction, I believe, and not really romance. And I feel like the things I do hear about it are good things. So this could be a good one to read in February. Okay, we're up to prompt number 6 now. This goes by so fast. A book you've seen recommended on Book Talk. So many books. I would do Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I really want to finish the Caraval trilogy first. I'm hoping I get a prompt that lets me select the next book in that series. Shatter Me, of course, gets recommended all the time. I feel like None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell gets recommended a lot. The 7-Year Slip gets recommended a lot on Book Talk. So does Powerless by Lauren Roberts, but I'm kind of saving this one because I know the book that comes after this one comes out in June, and I've heard that Powerless ends off on a huge cliffhanger. So I kind of want to be able to jump into book 2 right away. So I'm kind of between the 7-Year Slip, Shatter Me, and None of This Is True. Shatter Me, I feel like I don't want to start another series because I'm already in the middle of so many. And for some reason, the 7-Year Slip, I don't know why, it gives me like fall vibes. It doesn't give me wintry vibes. I know that seems kind of silly. I don't even know when it takes place, but I think I am gonna go with None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. In the past month alone, I feel like I've seen so many people reading this and loving it and rating it highly. And I really want to read more from Lisa Jewell. I read Then She Was Gone, and I gave that book 3 stars, I think. I thought it was okay. There were things I liked about it and things I didn't, but I've heard way better things about this book. So I definitely want to give it a try. And I feel like I'm going to be reading so many romances on my Kindle in February. It'll be nice to have a thriller to kind of break those up. Next book in a series. Okay, perfect. This gives me the excuse to pick Legendary by Stephanie Garber. Like I said, I'm wanting to really get through this series so that I can get to the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. I know you don't have to read Caraval first, but I really want to, just to get the backstory. And I think that the character that is the focus of Once Upon a Broken Heart is introduced in this book. So I'm excited. I was probably going to pick this up in February anyway, but I'm glad it fit in with one of my prompts. And the final prompt is gonna be 5-word title. Broken Heart. Okay, Once Upon a Broken Heart is 5-word title, but that would mean I'd have to read Legendary and Finale before getting to that one. Could I do it? Maybe. Do I want to put that pressure on myself? Maybe not. I was kind of hoping I would get a prompt that let me pick Ninth House because I really wanted to pick that one. 5-word title. Beautiful World, Where Are You? Okay, we could do a Sally Rooney. That makes me so sad though to read the only book I have left from her because she's one of my favorite authors and she hasn't announced that she's writing anything new, so I'm kind of saving it. I don't know. The 7-Year Slip. 4 words. Alone with You in the Ether. 6 words. Dang, why is this so hard? So really our only options are pick a Sally Rooney book that I'm kind of saving, or be overly ambitious and pick Once Upon a Broken Heart in the hopes that I'll finish Caraval. I might do it because it gives me February Valentine's Day vibes. I'm gonna do it. And don't be mad at me if I don't get to it. It just means I didn't get through Caraval, but I'm gonna try my hardest to read Legendary and Finale and at least start this series. Also considering doing a reading vlog for this trilogy, so let me know your thoughts. We're gonna go with it because it's the one I am the most excited about and I feel like that will motivate me to push through Caraval. So to recap, the books on my February TBR: Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, Legendary, also by Stephanie Garber, None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman, Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home by Jessa Hastings, Beartown by Frederick Bachman, Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie, and The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. So those are going to be the 8 books on my physical TBR for the month of February. Let me know if you've read any of them, if you think I should prioritize any of them, if there's any you want to see reading vlogs for. Also, let me know what's on your TBR for the month of February, all down below in the comments. If you're still enjoying the TBR jar picking my reads, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you stick around by hitting the red subscribe button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you so soon in my next video. Bye guys!